First, we're going to plan where our gate is going to stop in the closed position and also put a line level that is even with the bottom of the gate. For the line level, we want to make sure this is, for commercial applications, 5 inches off the ground. For residential, typically 3 to 4 inches unless you're in snowy conditions, then make it higher for what is needed to pass over the snow. Now that you have the height planned out and where the gate will end on the driveway planned out, you have to adjust the path of the gate using a line. In our scenario, we have to account for a column that the gate is going to pass by as it opens. The line is lined up with the bracket that holds the trolley is going to be centered on the hole that the trolley sits in. From this center mark, you're going to have to account for 3.5 inches to the outside face of the gate. In our scenario here, we want to place the gate an inch away from the face of the column. So we're going to position our line so we have 4.5 inches. The first post, the one nearest to the driveway, is positioned centered 6 inches from the frame of the gate in the closed position. You want to make this measurement from the end of the gate, however. So from that blue tape that we marked earlier representing the end of the gate, measure the width of the gate part, not including the tail, basically from frame to frame, and add 6 inches and mark it using spray paint. Now we're going to mark for our second post. The second post is 6 inches from the end of the tail of the gate. So for this mark, we're still going to measure from the end of the gate in the closed position, which is marked with blue tape, either in the center of your driveway for a dual or the end of the driveway for a single, and measure over the entire length of the gate, including the tail, minus 6 inches. We're going to put one mark for that, and then we're going to do a second mark that is 4 inches from your level line. Because the line passes over the bracket and is centered with the hole in the bracket that will hold the trolley, the center of the hole for the post is 4 inches away from that. To find the depth that you're going to sink your post, on a standard gate, measure 18.5 inches from the top of the bracket the trolley will sit into, which is the lower bracket of the post, down towards the bottom of the post. Put some blue tape on the post and mark the bottom of the gate, which is again 18.5 inches on a standard gate. This line will then line up with your level line that you already installed on the ground. This will be the depth of your post. Please note that if you have a special gate that you have made to certain specifications, this measurement will be different. In this case, you would want to install the post onto your gate with the trolley and then measure down to the bottom of the gate and mark your post. The depth of the hole is going to vary depending on your soil. We have very loose soil in this scenario. We're going to dig a very deep hole. We're going to put rebar in the bottom of the hole, including one piece of rebar that is sticking straight up in the hole that will go into the center of the post. We're going to pour concrete in the bottom of the hole so that way the post can then sit on top of this concrete base at the correct level so your line on your blue tape is level with your level line. Then we're going to fill the rest of the hole with concrete and put the post in at the correct height. This extra concrete in the bottom with the footer is going to give us the stability we need in loose soil. First, we're going to assemble the top roller guide. We're going to tighten the nut down on the bottom using a crescent wrench. Then we're going to check to make sure that it spins well. Now we're going to assemble a trolley on the lower bracket. We put the nut at the top of the threading, we insert the threading into the bracket, and we put the lock nut onto the threading. Move the lock nut using a crescent wrench, but don't tighten it down all the way. You're going to make some adjustments on this later. With the help of a partner, line up the track for the trolley and the roller guide and slide your gate onto the posts. This should only be done after your posts have set the appropriate amount of time for the concrete that you are using. Now bring your gate to the closed position. In this example, we have a dual gate. We want to make sure they look level with one another. At the moment, they do not, so we are going to make adjustments. By tightening the bottom lock nut, we can adjust the height of the end of the gate. We're adjusting on the one that's closest to the driveway to raise the end of the gate. The threading on the trolley is also used to adjust the height of the gate and the levelness of the gate as it slides from closed to open. As you slide your gate from closed to open, make sure it stays level the entire way and use the adjustments on the trolley threading and the lock nut to make sure it does stay level. Your gate is now installed and slides beautifully, ready for automation. Consult GateCrafters.com sales reps to find the best automation for your gate system.